Today we're going to discuss the process when you have decided to move up and buy your next house, how the process works when you decided to sell your home first. Hi everyone, this is Nate Randleman with Remax Infinity. Thanks for tuning into my video blog. Today we're following up on the last video that went out, which deals with the move-up buyers. And say you talk to the lender says, Nate, you do need to sell your current home first before you can qualify for your next home. Or you looked at question 2 and 3 and said, man, I don't want to carry both of these houses for 2 to 3, maybe 4 months. So let's put our home on the market. And Nate, how does that process work? I mean, that's usually how it goes. So I wanted to say, first, there are some benefits to selling your home first as opposed to buying your new home first. The most obvious one to me is you're going to know exactly what you net out of the sale of your home. Once commissions are paid and closing costs and home repairs and your loan is paid off, what's left? And with that money, that's your real money that you get to go use to buy your next house. You're going to know that exact number. And to me, that's pretty invaluable. We're not guessing at all. We know exactly what the home's selling for. You've got the money in the bank, and we're ready to go buy your next house. The second benefit that I've seen play out pretty well is you're not in a hurry to sell. If you've decided, I'm going to buy first, and you have your next home under contract, you're very rushed trying to get your home sold, and you are most likely not going to get top dollar. You're trying to get it sold, and your focus is on, I need to sell my house so that I can go get my next one, and I'm supposed to close on my next one in, say, 30 days. I got to sell my house. And so when you decide to sell first, you really do get to hold out for your best offer, and you're thinking a little more clearly in terms of, how can I maximize the money I get out of this sale? The next thing is, how do I avoid moving twice? That's the whole reason that people want to even think about buying first, is they do not want to move twice. Offering or asking up front for the buyer to allow you to do a lease back is an option. It's happened a couple times in the last year with seller clients of mine, but we're not, when you're asking the buyer to let you lease the property back, it takes away some of the negotiating power that we have. It doesn't hurt to ask, but to really press and fight for that, it isn't really setting us up to get you the highest amount of money for the home. The second option, which is the better of the two, is to just make the close of escrow process a little bit longer. Typically it's 30 to 45 days, and you can try to push it for 60 to 75 days. So that gives us almost a full month to try to find your next house to buy. But again, a buyer may not be okay with that. And if we've got a really good offer in front of us and the buyer's saying, no, I want to close in 30 days, I'm probably going to advise you to take that offer and figure out a short-term solution for housing. And the two best short-term solutions for housing, if you're not willing to go live with a friend or family member, is here in the East Valley, there are some apartment complexes that offer month to month. And if you want a list of those, just email me, reply to this, and I can shoot those over to you. The other option that is working pretty well is, in Arizona, there's tons of furnished vacation rentals out there for the snowbirds to come down and live in. And especially in the summertime, a lot of those are just sitting empty. And so a friend of mine, a client of mine, just did this. He moved from out of state and was in a furnished rental for about 2 months while we were looking for just the right place for him. And he was comfortable. The cost really wasn't that high because it was off season, and he was able to patiently wait for the right house to buy. And I mean, that's our goal, is we don't want to be forced into finding you the right house to buy in 2 weeks. I mean, it could take 2 months because we have no control of what's coming on the market. We can control how we react to it once we see it and love it, but we don't know if the right house, if you have a very specific criteria, we don't know how long it's going to take till that home shows up. So Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any other questions at all about the process, feel free to just reply to this email. And if you do want kind of a high and low estimate of what your home is worth, you can click on the link that says get a free home value report, and that'll take you to another web page of mine that you just plug in your information for the house and it'll give you a high and a low number. Also, if you want to search all the homes for sale, click on that link and it'll take you to a different website that gives you access to everything that's on the MLS for sale. So I hope you found this information useful. This is the topic that I'm working with people the most on, and it's just how do I avoid moving twice is really the hardest thing for people to get their mind around, and the most common thing that we're finding right now. So have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.